official's opinion. It does defer. The code defers to that opinion.
Correct. And the approval thing comes from your building inspector.
It does not say that anywhere in this code.
Go look what the definition of approved is and then get back to me.
It does. I'm telling you, it doesn't say that in this code. It does not say that in the IFC code.
I'll send it to you if you want. I'm right, 100% right. And you should have already had it because I sent it to you yesterday on that.
It's not. It wasn't on there on the messages.
I'll show it to you later. I'll send it to you as soon as I get home. Well, I'm almost done, so.
Okay.
Okay. So with that said, there was, based on the information, there was a warrant sent out to my property. Do you mind sharing me the emails talking to me about the warrant and what happened if we're going to be 100% transparent?
What warrant?
The warrant to my building. Y'all talked via email back and forth about the warrant, what was going to go on the warrant, what we're going to do about the warrant, how are you going to initiate the warrant? Is that transparency? Are you going to give that to me, or do I have to go to Freedom of Information Act to get that?
I don't know what you're talking about. What communication did we have?
Y'all talked about the warrant. Had to happen. Y'all had to talk about the warrant.
Yes, we had meetings in Gary's office with the prosecutor. I don't know if there are or not. I could look. You could put in the request. We'll do the research.
Oh, I will put in the request. I find it hard to believe that you don't know. I would say y'all would have to talk to each other about what the warrant was.
We did, though. We had several meetings in the city manager's office and with the prosecutor to have these discussions.
Okay. So was there a rough draft of a warrant?
There was when Corey wrote the warrant up, the warrant got sent for approval. Yes, of course.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Corey sent
the prosecutor approves the
so
the
Corey
affidavit.
made the warrant via email, sent it to the prosecutor.
The prosecutor approves the warrant.
Not
correct.
to you.
Yes, we all had insight and input onto the warrant,
That's
but the prosecutor ultimately approves it.
That's what I want.
Okay, well then you can put in a request and we'll research it.
Okay. I'm not going to go into Kelly not wearing a body cam because I already know that's illegal. But I am going to.
It's not illegal. We did not utilize
Do you have
any.
A grant?
We did not utilize any grant funds to make a purchase of body camera.
Okay, fair enough.
We received funds.
If you did not get a grant or receive funds from the government, then you don't have to do it. But if you did, there's protocols for that, and you have to.
The Crime Control and Prevention District funded the initial purchase of that, and that is a supplement to. That is a taxpayer voted in organization. That is a tax.
Not a grant.
That provides. It's not a grant. Yes.
Then fair enough.
I've tried to explain that to you, though.
I didn't hear anything about you didn't take a grant.
I've tried to explain that he is not subject to that law that
But
you
you
were.
didn't tell me why.
Well, you didn't ask.
I did. I asked why he wasn't wearing a body cam, and all you said was not subject
Because
to law.
yes,
Under
correct.
law,
I used the actual language from that statute that it said when I replied to you.
But under the grant law, he would have to have one. You follow?
If we receive grant funds,
Correct.
I know what you're saying.
Okay, so it doesn't.
But
if there's no grant,
he's
then I
on the
agree.
fire department. It would not have applied to him.
100%. He came into my building dressed as a cop.
He is a police officer.
He did not come into my building as a fire department. He came in there dressed as a police officer.
Okay, but also, I'm not necessarily supposed to outfit all my staff. We were one of the first agencies that outfitted the entire department, police department, with body cams. We did so soon after 2012. In fact, we've had a study on our implementation of it. So, I mean, I'm very familiar with the body cam procedures and the rules.
As long as it's not a grant, I don't have anything.
It's not a grant.
Okay. So you took body cam footage in my gym.
Yes, sir.
You released that to the public without my permission.
Correct, I did.
Why?
Because you started an online campaign that I felt was contrary and not fully disclosing and accurate. And I think in the interest of transparency, as you've used several times, I commonly will put out information so that the public has the full story.
Public information. This is a private facility.
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean it does not matter?
Doesn't matter. That's
It's
my
private
discretion.
property, private facility.
And I have the discretion to release the video.
Says who? Very curious.
That's my discretion to release the video. Not only that,
You can release.
let me ask you.
Video?
Let me ask you, what? Honestly, and I don't mean this offensively.
Yeah.
Why is that even relevant when several hours before I made that decision to release the video, you already released a partial video?
My video, my
Correct.
private property.
Yes.
I can do that. Not your private property. Mine. You
You're
also
right.
released video footage of members to the public in a private facility.
We blurred the members
You
out.
did
from
not,
that footage.
sir.
Yes, I did. You
They
can
wrote
watch the
you.
video.
One of them wrote you a complaint.
Yes, because you've been lobbying many people to write complaints.
Oh, hell yeah, I have,
in the
because
code,
y'all
yeah.
be wrong. Well, that guy that wrote you, he is on there not blatched out. 100%.
He must not be too concerned about it because you immediately shared his email out. So, I mean, there's no relevance to
It
to
doesn't
that.
matter
I
if
mean,
it's concerned or not. It's not right. You
It-
cannot share private facility people's faces.
So when somebody wants to put out information that is totally fabricated or false,
Who did that?
no, I'm just saying, I'm giving you a hypothetical.
Okay.
You're saying I have no right to respond to that fabrication or false information?
Sure you can.
Or misstatement of fact?
If you blurred out everybody's face in that video, I would not have an issue. You put my face on there,
Yes.
that's my private facility. You did
Correct.
not ask my permission.
I don't need to ask your permission, though.
I'll find out from the attorney. I haven't asked him that question yet.
Okay.
But I will find out. Now then the lady coming in here,
Who?
please, she wants to talk to you. She says she knows you. She has some
Oh,
issues
Miss Chacon?
and concerns she wants to talk about, but you specifically told her that you do not get involved in civil case matters. Yet you were at my door with 3 armed police officers over a pallet, which is civil. I
No,
would
it's
like
a
to know
code.
why.
We were at your location. You've asked and we've gone over these several times.
That's a civil issue, correct?
What?
Coming to my gym over a pallet.
For
Civil.
rubbish? No, it's
Civil.
not.
It's not?
No, it's not. Rubbish is a code violation.
Is it a
And
Class A misdemeanor, Class B
We are
misdemeanor,
charged
Class
to
C?
enforce the codes within
Is it criminal?
the city
Is it criminal?
ordinances. Yeah, technically it is
How?
criminal.
Explain.
Because
How is it?
you can be brought to court and you can be forced by the court to pay a fine. It is criminal.
Which class? A, B, or
Class C.
Class C?
Yes, sir.
She's gonna come in here and explain something that you didn't do, that I educated her on.
Okay.
And what you didn't do was prosecute criminal charges.
I don't know what
You
you're
will know
talking
in a
about.
minute. She's gonna come talk to you and explain it to you. Okay.
So basically, the whole gist of this meeting, again, and I'm glad that you came to visit with me, is I really need you to come into compliance because these issues are going to continue, or we're going to go to court like you
We're
want to
going
go
to
to court.
100%.
So you don't wish to fix any of these issues.
There's no issues. I will not fix anything
These
on
are
there.
I feel that I support the fire chief in these being
And you
code
just said you have no
violations.
clue about them codes, so I don't
Well,
even care
yeah,
what you
but they're
said.
they're listed on here for me to read and interpret. And
Yep.
yeah, I'm not the final decider. The court is.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And they have all my rebuttals to each and every one of
Okay.
them that my lawyer already went through. Do you understand
Okay.
me?
Yeah, Chris Gale, you said.
Oh
right?
yeah, 100%.
I know Chris Gale.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He always wins his civil cases. But there's not just civil, it will definitely be criminal.
Okay. All I really want is to try to put some of this to bed and to help give you some peace because I've seen your messages about you being worked up over this
Oh, I'm
and
totally
everything.
mad.
But I think you're really taking it to a level of frustration for yourself that it doesn't need to go.
It does. You came on my property with a warrant that is BS, and I told you about it, and you still violated my Fourth Amendment
You
rights.
were upset before we ever came onto your property.
Because you
Mr.
brought Kelly
Follow-up.
to my property, and I told you not
You
to.
were upset before Kelly was ever on your property. You're upset every time somebody comes to you and points out a violation that
There
you
was no
have.
violations.
You have violations and you think that you don't.
I do not. Those will be thrown out of court just like the other one.
No, I don't believe that they will get thrown
Yeah,
out.
y'all
of
said
court.
that about the other one, and they got thrown out. That's what I do for a living.
I understand. So
Yeah.
that is what Kelly does for a living, and
Kelly's
this
a
law
fucking
enforcement,
idiot.
what I do for a
Kelly's an
living.
idiot.
I disagree.
He's an
I
idiot.
disagree.
He's also one that will go in for perjury. You and him, perjury and Borrego.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't think you're going to have any luck with that. I didn't perjure myself, and I didn't get to my position today, nor did
How did
Kelly
y'all get that warrant?
for
I'll ask you
years
one
of
more time
perjury.
how you got that warrant.
Because you had violations on your property,
No,
and the
you
judge
sent
approved
somebody
it.
to my property to find a violation first. That
You
is
had
harassment.
no. We knew you had violations already
you
on the
did not.
property. Yes, we did.
Okay,
He went
but-
over to verify that the violations were still existing, and then he used that as probable
What
cause in the
violations?
affidavit.
What violations did you
Mr.
know
Follow,
had?
we've gone over that several times.
He came out to my property, searched to find something to get onto my property so y'all could get inside. That's 100%
So
fact.
these are all arguments and things that you need to have your attorney fight for in court.
He
All
was
I'm
violating.
trying to do is get you to come in compliance. These are clear and evident violations of the IFC.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
Go and look at my rebuttal to each and every one of them. Have you seen it? Because I sent it to you.
Yes, I've seen your rebuttal, and you don't read all the way through the law. The other thing is when you get
I
upset,
read the entire law every time.
when you get
This-
upset,
that
you
first
get
picture up
cloudy
there, that
on what
first
you're
picture-
saying.
But I'm mad, but I'm not really upset. I'm upset with you on purpose because You guys offended me and violated my First Amendment rights and my Fourth Amendment rights. That's why I get upset with you guys.
I have not violated. I let you speak however you want to speak. The reason that you go to council and you can speak, no. The reason you could go in there and speak and use the language you did this past Monday is because I fought for your ability to do so in meetings with council. Okay? Because people feel like there needs to be a decorum in council. I agree, there should be a decorum. And you should have better couth about you when fighting your argument if you got a good argument to stand on.
I had a great argument.
But if you want to act that way and you want to cuss and be disparaging to people, that's your God-given right to do that 100%. During your 3 minutes. 100%. And I support that wholeheartedly.
Even though their notice says I can't do that.
Their notice does not allow you to break decorum during the legislative council meeting.
I can't attack them personally. I cannot cuss. It's specific. It is against First Amendment rights for them to even have.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a statement. So if there's a public hearing or something like that, and you're getting out of line, and you're breaking decorum, yes, the mayor can shut you down and have you removed from the meeting. But when it's public comment and you want to have your 3 minutes, those are your 3 minutes. You can do whatever you want, as far as what you say and express. You can do that.
That notice is against because it restricts First Amendment. That notice does. 100%.
Well, then that's an argument that you would have to.
It specifically says you cannot curse. That First Amendment right, you can curse. I'm just pointing out one of the flaws in that.
Well, and
that's why I cursed on purpose.
And you did curse. And what happened? Nothing.
On purpose.
Nothing happened. So why are you arguing about that? All I'm saying is these are violations. Until you fix them, they remain violations. Whether the court says we went in lawfully or not, these are still violations that you're responsible for correcting.
So they're all going to get thrown out, just like the other one, 100%.
I don't think so.
Same thing y'all told me on the other one, and they got thrown out.
No, I didn't tell you that on the other one. I explained to you why they threw it out.
told me, John Gomez, who's not a certified inspector, about an electrical box, told me same thing.
Well,
and your Chief Kelly, who's a fucking moron, told me the same stuff. Over and over again, they went from one code violation on that to 9 different ones because they do not know what they're doing.
Okay.
And if you would have got involved back then, maybe it would have helped, but you refused. You ignored the subject.
I tried to have this communication with you when we went to do the warrant.
This is in March, sir. You didn't get a hold of me until what, into June?
You're right, because why should I have to do the fire chief's job? If I got to do his job, I don't need him. I need another fire chief if I have to do his job. He does a good job. He comes with years of experience, like you.
He does not do a good job. He does a horrible job, and he's a violator of Fourth Amendment rights, too.
No, he believes
once that warrant gets thrown out of court, you violated my Fourth Amendment rights.
If the warrant gets thrown out of court, all these violations would get thrown out of court.
Don't give a shit about the violations. I give a shit about you violating my Fourth Amendment rights. If you brought in a fake warrant, which is BS.
It's not a fake warrant. It's not a fake warrant.
You have a mole in your department, you piece of shit, and I have all the evidence. You're going perjury and you're going to jail.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Think on that one.
Okay, don't forget your phone.
I got you by the balls.
All right. All right, then.
I have all your emails. Okay. I have all your harassment.
You do have it because I give it to you. I'm not trying to hide nothing from you.
Where's the data on the warrant that just sent in my house? Where's the data that you specifically told Corey to come to my property, find something wrong to get into my property? I have it.
I didn't tell him to find something wrong.
I have it.
I sent him to your location to verify.
You actually have 2 moles. 2 people in your department.
Moles saying, come on.
2 people in your department.
Moles saying that I do wrong? Come on, man.
I have documented data.
I did not get to this position by being a liar, a cheat, or anything like that.
You are a liar. I have it right here. And you even said you lied. Lied, and I got it on this.
No, that's what you said.
No, sir. You have your own audio said you said all this.
Okay.
This is all.
Mr. Follow, I just wanted you in here because I think that we can resolve these like 99% of the other ones.
We can't until you go to prison, sir.
Okay, well, have a good day. Follow while you
I'm saying tell hi to him. Is that an issue?
Yeah, it is.
I do not say hi to somebody?
You don't just roll free in this party.
He waved at me. I acknowledge. I said hi.
Have a good day.
Boy. Oh, if he calls you back, yeah, get it.
I don't think he will.
Oh, he made me so mad I snitched on myself. He's got a mole in his apartment.
Why would he see us together?
It's a witness. wouldn't.